Here's how I make half rectangle triangles when there's a patchwork component to one or both pieces. So I take my ruler and I mark 1/8 inch from one side, and then on the opposing catty corner side, I also make a mark. Then I flip the fabric around of one and do the same thing in opposite corners. Use your pattern to know which sides you should be marking. Once I have the marks on the one that's on the back side, I'll draw a line or mark a line between the two marks, then align my marks on both pieces together as you see here, slightly twisting the fabric so that the alignment happens. Then just pin in place so that it doesn't move, and then sew along that line. When you have a patchwork on both sides, both pieces of fabric, you just do the same thing. There's no different approach to it. Now, the reason why we're doing it this way instead of the more traditional method to make these half rectangle triangles is because when you have these patchwork, if you were doing it the traditional way, the final subunit is made larger and then it is then slightly twisted and then trimmed at an angle, which would skew those the seams that need to be perpendicular. So this way it allows you to keep that patchwork seam completely perpendicular so that when you're joining with others, you've got nice straight seams. Okay, so here I have it sewn, and you can see here on the first set, you've got a small 1/8 inch. You'll want that because when you're sewing it all together, it will perfectly align on that diagonal. It's easier seen here on this one. If you can see, you've got that little 1/8 inch mark, but then look at your lines here on the patchwork. It's a perfect meet. Then just trim one side 1/4 of an inch, and there you have your half rectangle triangle with a patchwork component. You can do this on any size. It doesn't matter what size you do. It can be 2 inches, or it can be, this one is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 inches. Just the 1/8 inch, the diagonal, sew along the diagonal, and you can see there's multiple sizes that are required for the Moonlit Elixir. So you pull all those together. I like doing them all assembly line, get them all done, cut them all at once, and you're good to go.